Hello everyone! Today I will talk with you about something really interesting. As you already know from the title, I will talk about using two follow focus at the same time. I've been using follow focus for a long time with all my systems by two main reasons. First reason, I used manual lenses, and it's obvious that these lenses don't have autofocus. The reason why I chose to use manual lenses is because I wanted to get this skill, to be able to control my focus and be sure that my subject in it, no matter of the situation. The second reason is because Blackmagic cameras don't have a good autofocus, unfortunately. I hope that they will upgrade it in the future cameras and we will get this option. As per the Nucleus Nano, I've been using it for a few years. It's a very good system that can work quite far and has a very smooth steering wheel. It can also be used as a focus puller. However, I can't say the same about working with Gimbal. First, Nucleus Nano can be connected to DJI RS2 built-in focus wheel. You can control it with external handle only, which I've already talked about on my channel. The same system is used in my float system, and there are two modes of operation. The F is used to work with follow focus from DJI RS2. The F mode allows you to control Nucleus Nano motor. Second reason is focus wheel itself. It has a very small stroke, which is why any movement turns out to be very sharp. If you are talking about working with this particular follow focus, you need to get used to it in order to properly manage it. You may ask me, why you don't use the follow focus from DJI? I had the same thoughts when I got the gimbal. Namely, its combo version with follow focus motor, but there were a few surprises waiting for me. It turned out that DJI decided to make their own mounting system using a 12mm rail instead of 15mm rails, as everyone does. I thought for a long time about how to fix it or put it on my rig, but I didn't want to have two different systems, so I had to put this aside. Recently I had the opportunity to work with this particular motor and the original focus ring from DJI. Its operation was quite smooth and soft, which I really liked. Because of this, I decided to give it a second chance to exist. In addition, during this time I was inspired by the idea of working with two motors at the same time, which has been sitting in my head for a long time. By the way, I will say in advance, this is possible with my system that I use at the moment. As I said earlier, the Nucleus Nano can work in TF mode with an additional handle, which means that we can use the original wheel to control the motor from DJI. To do this, we need to solve two problems. First is the power supply for both motors, so that we control them. The second is to solve the issue of attaching the original DJI motor to our system. With the first one, everything is quite simple, and here the DJI helped us. I don't think that they designed this gimbal for such purpose. The Nucleus Nano doesn't work with USB-C port number 2, which is designed to connect a motor from DJI, but it can work with another USB-C port, which is first on the gimbal and designed to control the camera. This way we can connect two motors at once. And don't worry, you can control the camera via third USB-C if you connect it via Ribbon Eye. Now we can take care of the DJI motor mount. Thanks to the work on the platform from Small Rig, I came up with one interesting idea for making a mount, which moreover we can mount on a 15mm rail. For it I will use the 15mm mount, I still have a couple of them. Already guess what I want to do? If not, then pay attention to both of these fasteners and most importantly the bolts that holds them together. It has one size and thread. This means that we can connect these two parts together in order to get a DJI motor with a standard 15mm rail mount. Of course, for this we will need to make a few improvements. Cut off the side mount, we won't need it anymore. Next, cut off part of the lug from the DJI motor so that we can tightly connect them together. Another important point to consider is the space between the mount, since with its help we will tighten the mount on the rail itself. This means that the DJI mount should be slightly thinner, so that we can insert it into the new mount. Sounds like a plan. Let's get started. After a few hours of work, I was able to achieve the result I needed. Let's try to install this on our camera rig, and then connect it to the gimbal and try it in action. And I already see the problem, but I can't connect the power cable to Nucleus Nano, because I just don't have enough space between two motors. I checked all my cables and didn't find anything that can help me to solve it. So I decided to order a 90-degree cable. Now I just need to wait for the delivery. For now I want to test it. I am very pleased with the result, both motors work just fine, you can choose the mode of operation yourself. I want to try using DJI motor as a focus control and nucleus nano for aperture control. If you use a zoom lens, then you can change the focal length with it. We also can get a cool effect with controlling focus and aperture at the same time. We can adjust our exposure if we are moving from one room to another with different light solution. At the same time, we can still keep our subject in focus. At the end, I've got the right cable and now can use it with my system. You also can use these two motors right away if you will place one of them on the different side, but it's not my option, because it ruins the distribution of my camera rig. I talked about it in one of my videos. Hope you enjoyed this video, write your opinion in the comments and see you in the next one. Bye!